Good afternoon, Chris Whelan here from Chris Whelan Coaching. I want to talk to you today about the Action Business Operating System, right? A-BOS. It is what we install in your business when we work together to make sure that your business gets massively successful, even more successful than it already is. Really gets to the point where we're talking about a commercial, profitable enterprise that can work without you. What do I mean by that? It means that your business isn't in chaos. You know exactly where your next dollar is coming from. Your marketing's working, your systems are working. You've got a great team. Potentially, you've got a general manager. So the business can actually work for you, not you for it. And that means that ultimately you get more life, right? So when we talk about what is it that we do, I want to explain it to you now. And as I say, it's this concept of A-BOS, the Action Business Operating System, which, as I say, we install in your business. Now, that can take 1 year, depending on how intensive you want to work. If you want to work every single week making an improvement, that's what we'll do. Now, but it can take as long as 3 or 4 years, and often you get to the next level, so you keep growing. What does it mean? What is this business operating system that I'm talking about? Well, we start off with the 4 areas of mastery, right? And we're talking about, firstly, the financial mastery, making sure that you know exactly what your numbers are, right? So areas of mastery: number 1, financial; number 2, destination, or what I call goal mastery, so knowing exactly where you want to get to as a business; number 3, self or time mastery, making sure that you've got the time to work on your business, not just in it, right? Working from 8 in the morning until 12 at night, that is crazy. You can't get time back in your life. So time mastery. And number 4, delivery mastery, making sure that you've got consistent delivery every single time, right? Great customer results, great customer service. Your team knows what's going on all the time. So those 4 areas of mastery: financial, goals or destination, self-mastery and time, and then destination. So that's the first thing. That's the first layer that we'll implement and install in your business, right? So the layer of mastery. Number 2 is what I call marketing or niche. And that's where we make sure we know exactly your next dollar, exactly where it's coming from all the time. We look at your leads, we look at your conversion rate, your average dollar sale, how many times people buy from you, the margins you're making, what collectively we call the 5 ways, otherwise known as the business chassis, and making sure that those are absolutely tuned for your business. And the nice thing about that, we can test and measure and track those 5 ways, because obviously you can't manage what you can't measure. So test, measure, track them absolutely all the time. We will define your uniqueness, your unique value proposition. You've probably heard that term. Hopefully you have. We'll also make sure that we articulate a guarantee for your business. If you can't guarantee what you do, how can you possibly be in business? And of course, we'll implement marketing strategies that work, right? Not just high-flying, highfalutin marketing strategies. We'll implement marketing strategies and install them in your business so that they work, right? That's the second part of the business operating system. Now that your business is obviously at that point getting moving, it's getting humming, we can get to the next level where we start looking at, at what I call leverage and systems. That's where we're looking to make sure that your business is getting most efficient, getting most effective in every single area of the business, right? So you've got the mastery, we've got the niche, we know where your marketing is working, your business is moving in the right direction. Now we're going to look at systems and making sure that we get consistency, we get time back in your life, and make sure that every single time you are doing things the same way, and because ultimately that's where you make your money. In that area, we use what we call, or I call, the 9 steps to systemization. Everything from defining your vision, your mission, your culture, massively, massively important. Once you've done that, you'll set SMART goals. And then from the SMART goals, we'll define an organogram for your business, right? So you know exactly what the structure is of your business. We can then work with you to make sure that your team, the organogram that you set up, has got KPIs and metrics set up around it, so that it knows exactly, or so that you know exactly how it's going to work. Positional contracts, all of the good things that you need to run your systems effectively. Now, what does that give you? Well, at that point, you've got a business that you know exactly where your dollar is coming from. It's not in chaos. Your mastery levels are, your foundation is massively solid, right? Your marketing is working. Sorry, it's been tested. It's working. And you've got all the information you now need through those systems that we've installed in your business. You've got all the information that you need to be able to make proactive, forward-looking decisions. Right? How good is that? Many, many businesses that I know simply don't have that information. And once you can make those decisions, you can then obviously drive forward, drive ahead. What's the next thing in the operating system? It's your team, right? People often say that it's all about your team, and of course, Absolutely, you've got to have great people. But in our operating system that we install in your business, we make sure that the systems are there first, so that you're not putting people into a chaotic system or a chaotic environment, because great systems run your business and then great people run those systems. So how do we do that? We work with you, because it all starts with leadership right at the top, right? There's six, if you like, magic keys. They're not magic, of course, but six keys to a great team, to a winning team. Number one starts with you as a leader. So you start in your leadership. Then we define what we call a common goal, making sure that the team is working towards a common goal, which obviously comes out of your space, your vision and your mission that you want to achieve as the business owner. From there, we set the rules of the game, because in any in business, let's face it, I was going to say in any sport, you've got to have rules. And business is a sport in many ways. We need to make sure that the team operates and they have absolute freedom to operate within the confines of the playing field, right? So that's setting the rules. We define an action plan so that they know exactly what they've got to be doing, when they've got to be doing it, who's got to be doing it. And once we've got that action plan in place, we can then go to say, right, let's make sure we've got a great culture, because ultimately culture eats strategy for breakfast, right? You've probably heard that said. I hope you have. You make sure that the culture of your team is strong, driving forward. And a key part of that, and the sixth step, if you like, is to make sure we have 100% full participation of your team. Get that right. You've then got the mastery, you've got the niche, you're building this layer. It's almost a layer cake, right? Mastery is in place, the niche is in place, your marketing is working, your systems are there, your team's in place. We get to what I then call, or we call in the A-BOS, the business operating system, synergy. At the synergy level, you bring it all together. You've now got systems in place, you've got the team in place. It's now time to appoint, let's call it a general manager, chief executive, if you like. He or she can then take that and run the business, right? Largely without you. You're still the owner, you don't have to get rid of it, right? But remember, going all the way back to a commercial, profitable enterprise that can operate without you, you've built it up steadily. We've implemented and installed that operating system in your business. And now you're at a point where you're getting synergy out of it. It's running smoothly, it's running very, very well. What do you do then, right? I hear a lot of people say, but I love my work. Absolutely, no problem with that whatsoever. The next layer is what I call results, true results, where you can either franchise your business, you can create multiple of them, you could sell it if you wanted to, you could keep it and let it work for you. You might also want to have succession planning. And that overall, right from the mastery, the marketing, the systems, the team, you can see my hands going up, we're building this thing, synergy, and then the results is what we do when we install that A-BOS, the Action Business Operating System in your business. Now, if that is something that appeals to you, because it absolutely works, it absolutely takes time, it absolutely takes effort, but it gives you huge results. If that appeals to you and you want to know more about it, give me a shout, book a time in my diary. Let's spend 10, 15 minutes and I'll explain it to you in a little bit more detail, because the installation of that gives you ultimately the freedom that you've probably went into business for in the first place. Have a fantastic day. All the best. Look forward to chatting soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.